beautiful day today, you guys. What a beautiful day. All right, let's get in here. Let's open up the shop. Get this thing going. All right, phone's working, computer's on. Let's wash our hands before we start. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, how we doing? Welcome back to the Georgia Meth shop. Today, you guys, we're gonna get straight into it. So as you guys remember, if you guys saw the last episode that we recorded and filmed and uploaded for your faces, we discussed that we have both these GMC vans that we have to work on for the Dodge dealerships. Whoa, George. For the GMC dealerships, pardon me. So here's how they're gonna go. Basically, they're going to be a base model, white with a basic interior, base wheels. It's for work purposes, so it'll be quick. So let's take a part of these vans and get to moving. All right, so we got this one stripped down a little bit to the T. Do the same thing to this one. Get it stripped down. They're both the same model, so it's going to be very quick, simple, easy to, once we get worked on one, we can get worked on to the other one. So let's get these things welded out actually first. First time, I think, working on two cars at the same time in one episode. All right, we got this van. Let's move this over here. Also do the same thing to this one. And then while that's going on, get these wheels off and get to moving on this van, because we got to get out of here ASAP with this car. We've been holding off a lot with this. All right, we got the rear done. Let's move on to the front. Taking these off. Wait, what the heck? I thought I took off this wheel. Or am I tripping? There we go. All right. All right. We got the car taken apart, or the van. Get it pulled down, get the front taken all apart, of course. Let's get all these fuses real quick that it's gonna need. Just because I don't want to forget, because that will be very bad. We forget to put the fuses on the car. All right, and then everything else that it will need, let's just get it real quick. All right, there we go. All right, let's get this motor pulled out, and then we'll take a part of the other one also, and so we can just keep them all on rhythm. We'll move this. Nope. Whoa. Move this to the other side. I think I used it. Yep, I did. All right, let's get this lifted up and do the same procedures, and then we'll get this thing moved over there. Car wash. All right, let's get this thing moved out of here. All right, let's do the same thing to this one. Get this motor pulled out and get this thing. Whoa. All right, there we go. Send this thing back for now. Let's get majority of these parts sold, because I don't need none of this nonsense. Let's keep it real. I'll also sell those motors. I'll probably get rid of these also too, because I'm not gonna need none of them. Let's get rid of that. All right, let's get to, whoa, hold on a minute. Hold on, I forgot. Take these apart. All right, van is officially stripped down to the T. It shouldn't have a single thing. All right, why is this? Okay, well, let's go get this thing washed up, looking fresh, brand new. All right, we're gonna start off with this one. So with these cars, basically, if we buy one, if it's one part for this, we're basically gonna have to buy two. All right, so it looks like it was already white. Yeah, because these are work vans and they're pretty popular, you guys, with you know, businesses, so it makes it easy. All right, there we go. Get these doors on, all these parts, make this van look brand new for GMC. We haven't worked with GMC at all. I think we've worked with Chevy, but we haven't worked with GMC, even though it's the same company, just a different brand. They just, yeah, it's basically the same thing almost, honestly, if you didn't know. But this is gonna be nice. Work vans, they're very popular still in this world. Shoot. All right, let's move this thing to the paint shop and then get the other one washed up real quick. All right, there we go. And then, yeah, we'll just do the exact same thing to this. Get this thing painted up because, yeah, I want to get them both out of here at the same time. 1, 2, easy peasy for GM. There we go. Make sure this interior looks brand new. All right, let's get this thing painted white. Nope, white. There we go. And then we'll move this one to the garage and then get to work on the next one. Let's get the interior actually done. All right, there we go. Let's get this thing on a lift and do the exact same thing to the other one. All right, let's get the body on this one as well. All right, there we go. Let's get this thing painted up also. All right, let's get this thing on the lift as well. And we got to order a lot of parts. So let's do that real quick on the computer. Wow, that was a lot of parts, you guys. A lot of parts and money spent. That is for sure. God, Lord, I needed to take a pause on that. We spent a good amount of money. God, Lord. All right, let's put all these springs together real quick, you guys, because literally we had to buy 2 of each part or 4 sometimes. Lord, this car is going to be expensive. At least it's going to be quick and easy, though, to get it out to GM because they've been waiting a couple days now. So I'm trying to get this done quickly for them so we don't have no shenanigans go on because, shoot, I'm a big fan of GM, too. We don't want to lose customers. All right, let's work under the hood real quick. Boom. Yeah, so as you see, it was literally, you got to get 2 of each, everything. Or with these, we had to get 6 on some because, you know, it'd take 3 on 1. All right, so under the hood should be good. Do the same thing to this one real quick. All right, there we go. Let's get this thing lifted up also, this one as well. And then we'll start from the rear and work to the front. Okay, we got the rear done. Let's continue on here. Putting on the mufflers and the catalytic converter on this thing. Yeah, literally, we had to buy 2 of each part on this damn thing every time. Of each. There we go. But hey, as long as we get that money, hey, we ain't complaining. They ain't no complaining coming from me. As long as we get that money, you best believe I'm not gonna say a word. Shit. I'm gonna need to get more rubber. God, Lord, I'm running out. These cars are gonna get done quickly, especially that it's pretty easy to put together. It's gonna be a quick breeze for us. It won't be too bad. Steering, brake, inner, pads. There we go. Also got the wheel cap. Move over here. Whoa. All right, we got the body done on this one. Let's do the same thing to this one real quick, just because we'll have everything done on it and it'll be a quick, easy breeze. Whoa, let's go fuel tank. I think I forgot to put the fuel pump on the other one. We're about to do that in just a second. All right, there we go. Before we continue, let me make sure I put the fuel pump on this one because I do not want to forget that. And then let's continue on to the front. We already put the middle muffler. Let's get the exhaust. Let's work over here, get this thing done. All right, we got body done for both cars now, or vans. Now let's go get these motors made for them. It's pretty quick, y'all. Very easy, simple with these vans. So it takes a V8 OHV. All right, so gonna be very standard, very simple, common knowledge one. All right, let me make sure I put all the rubber on this one because I didn't know if I did. All right, let's go do this real quick. All right, you guys, after a good second, we got 2 motors down and ready to go. So let's install this one. Let's do the same thing to the other one. Get this installed. And then let's get the fluids done on this one first. They're pretty easy, especially once you get the parts that it needs. Becomes a walk in the park, nothing too much. It's not that much of a pain in the rear end either. All right, there we go. All right, all the fluids are on both vans. Now we just got to put the transmission together, get the wheels and all that, and it should be ready to go, you guys. Literally. Car wasn't that bad to fix up, honestly. It wasn't as bad as I would have thought. Thought I had all the parts, but it looks like I was missing 2 of the exhaust. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. This van is almost ready to go. Let's put this away. We do got to get the tires and all that. I got to make sure to get them. All right, same thing here. All right, this one's complete. Let's just get all the wheels real quick. All right, ladies and gentlemen, both vans are complete, you guys. They are ready to be delivered to GM. So that's what we're going to do. They have their own driver coming to pick it up. So we're just going to give it to them. We're going to sell it off. There we go. And there we go, you guys. Oh my Lord. That is a good way to get that off, because damn, we had a bunch of cars, you guys, we had to work on. I had to put this one in just because of space purposes. But we're going to run real quick to the auction. I'm trying to see. I need a Nova and a Porsche Carrera GT. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. I need both of those, so we're gonna go check. If not, then we'll just close down the shop and I'll have somebody look for it on Marketplace or something. All right, let's see what this got. Salvage cars. Yeah, because I have the Bugatti because I had bought that one, but I'm missing right now the Nova and the Porsche. I don't think. Okay, Nova, we may be out of luck out of both of them. Come on, don't tell me this. We're gonna have to go to another one. Let's see if this one possibly has the Nova. Okay, we have this one, a drag build though. I have to see if I'm able to. What the hell is that? This shit look gross. All right, 03 Porsche. That one I think might be challenging, that I might have to ask one of my peoples to look for it. The Nova looks like we're just gonna have to get that one and then figure it out. Where's this at? Nova drag build. That's gonna be interesting though, because the customer, he wants it to be just looks. He's not more into that drag stuff, so we're gonna have to figure it out. All right, this one I think we could fix up, make it look right. All right, you know what, I'll get this one. Let's win this auction real quick. All right, there we go. Let's get this thing to the garage, and then the Porsche, we'll go one more place. If not, then screw it. All right, let's see this one real quick, please, because if I have to do a research, it might take a minute. But it looks like we may be out of luck too, and I've seen them previously when we've came to look at them. God Lord, this is gonna be a pain. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to do some research, see if we could find one off a Marketplace. Maybe we'll just do that. All right, well, here we got a Nova. Let's get this thing pulled into the lift, and we'll keep it there. Once we come in the next day, we'll get to work on this thing, figure it out. Damn, I hope this thing isn't that much of a pain in the rear end. All right, well, let's get out of here. Let's skedaddle. We did business. Let's go. Wow, this Ford is a beast. All right, let's roll. For people that wonder why I don't take the shop truck, it's because that is for the shop. All right, let's go.